Well, Jeff, you've taken us through the basics of using the TrackIT system, and it really is so easy to use, and I think you've successfully taken this comprehensive database and packaged it into one very easy to use system. And I know for me it's hard to imagine life without it, whether I'm rounding out a story I'm writing, whether I'm trying to come up with filler for a show we're doing on the score. But even having said that, I'm sure there are components of the system I'm not even aware of. What are some of the more advanced features?
Some of the more advanced features, Greg, that people might not use as much as the race lines would be in the breeding section, where there is full report information for stallions and broodmares, pedigrees, fantasy pairings, stallion inquiries, sale pedigrees, as well as sale pedigrees with stakes information, and a Standardbred Canada claimer search.
Okay, claimer search, that's interesting. What's that entail?
If you're looking for a claim, if you're looking to claim a horse in a certain price range at a certain track, you can add the track name, add your price range.
So in this instance, we're searching Flamborough Downs, horses that are available to be claimed for a minimum of $5,000 to a high of $20,000.
On the trot, right?
Okay, there you go. So these are a listing of horses that are in to go in the database currently.
10 horses on Friday and 18 on Saturday, and it gives both dates.
Okay, so and again, everything is linkable there. If you take us back into the pedigree section,
sure.
Jeff, as you mentioned, a real wealth of information there. So the full report, Jeff, is something that I use a lot. I find it a really invaluable tool, especially if you're getting a first-time starter.
Right.
You're just trying to get a history of the family to give you an indication of how that horse may perform. Let's try an example here. Perhaps type in a mare like Rich and Elegant,
sure,
who's had such a great production record over the years. So when you click on her, there you get her complete full history. Including her most recent colt by the name of BJ's Canawan, a Western Ideal. But you look back through the family: Royal Flush, Hanover, Red River, Rock and Roll. So it gives you an indication of this horse's potential early on. And what's also interesting is the complete sales history as well.
You're right, yeah. Very good information at the bottom.
And you see he's on the bottom, the most recent one, and he sold for $95,000 at the Harrisburg sale in November of last year. Again, everything linkable here, Jeff, and to take it a step further, you can start to envision fantasy pairings, and right. I understand you have a tool for that as well.
The fantasy pair allows you to produce a pedigree page for a horse that hasn't actually been born yet. So we can add Rich and Elegant to the dam side, then add a stallion to the sire side.
Let's try no pun intended.
Sure.
So this is going to give you the information, their pedigree information, if you were to potentially cross these two together. Okay, there it is. And you can go back as many as 5 levels, is that correct?
Default's 4, but you can also get 5 levels back if you wish to see how far back the 5th level looks like.
Okay, and it does identify outcrosses as well.
It identifies your common crosses and any outcross, so you can see that this mating would potentially be 4x3 to Abercrombie. So if that's something that you would like to see in a mating, then it'll show it.
Okay. If you want to go back and look at a horse's sales pedigree, you have that option as well?
So even for this one, we can get a potential sale pedigree of how this horse would look if it was actually a foal.
Okay, and when you scroll down, of course, all the information going back 2, maybe even 3 generations. Third
dam, and the pedigree tree at the top, I believe, shows back to 4.
Okay.
But a wealth of information there for sure.
Everything in the pedigree tree, again, linkable. And if there's one thing that I can say for the system, Jeff, as a regular user, that I appreciate the most, is that you can link to everything, and it just sort of leads you into that next step in the search process. An amazing system, Jeff. Thanks for showing us around.
Thanks, Greg.
Now you've seen what it can do, so what are you waiting for? If you want to find out more about signing up for the TrackIT system, visit the website at standardbredcanada.ca and click on the TrackIT link. You can also call the Standardbred Canada offices at 905-858-3060 and ask for TrackIT.